Hello, children. Good morning. This is going to be the last session of this week on antonyms for UPSC GAT English examination. Today, in the last session on antonyms, we are going to learn some of the tricks by which you can identify very easily the antonyms. We are going to have two practice sessions today, and we are going to discuss the answers of these questions. So first you attempt them, and then after that find out their answers. So let's start the session on antonyms. Now let us see the easy tips and tricks to solve synonyms and antonyms. Now first of all, you look at the picture there. There's a base word. What is the base word there? Happy. What part of speech it belongs to? Adjective. So in the bracket it is written ADJ. Now let us see its antonyms. Sad, unhappy, displeased. Synonyms: joyful, blissful, delighted. Definition: then feeling pleasure and enjoyment because of your life, situation, etc. Showing or causing feelings of pleasure and enjoyment. Then word family: happiness, happy. Happiness is noun, happily is adverb. What you can do is you can draw like these pictures, and then it will be easier for you to remember synonyms as well as antonyms. Now let's see some more tricks here. Initially divide the word into two parts: suffix and prefix. Now, in the case of happy word, unhappy. What is un? Un is prefix. And then happiness, ness, suffix. So you remember here the prefix and suffix. Try to identify the meaning of the word and evaluate whether it has a positive, negative, or neutral meaning. If u and un is there, then definitely it will be negative. Displeased, dis is there, it will be negative. So you have to identify whether it's a positive or negative. Then definitely it will be easier for you to find out its antonym or synonym. Segregate the words from the choices that come up with a negative effect, as well as those which have positive impact or meaning. If it is asked to find the meaning of the positive word, it will become much easier to relate the word with the available positive options. If positive word is there, if it's synonym, look for the positive option. If it's a positive word, look for negative option if it's an antonym which you have to find out. On the other hand, the case with antonyms is different. If it is requested or questioned to identify the contrary of a word that has a positive meaning, then its opposite will be one of the terms from the given possibilities which has a negative meaning. However, if the meaning of any word from the available option is not clear, then the choices can be narrowed down to almost half. The above tip is helpful for the words whose meaning is not known to you. Now let's see one example here. Find the opposite of the below word. Fraudulent. Now fraud, you are familiar with the word fraud, fraudulent. You have to find out whether it is related to that. Candid, direct, fortnight, genuine. These are the options. And what you have to find out? You have to find out the antonym. Now here the correct answer will be genuine. Now looking at the given options, the only possible word that contributes to the given word is option D. Other words does not give the same meaning, as candid means to be real and unknown. Similarly, fortnight and direct also do not fit in the context. Now we are going to have practice on antonyms. So it's going to be practice set number 3 on antonyms. Autonomous, magnanimous, ambiguous, exiguous, dependent, operational, baffle, make way, thwart, confuse, check, substitute, blithe, joyless, gain disposition, light-hearted, generosity, cheerfulness, brazen, bold, made of brass, made of copper, insolent, shy, churlish, boorish, coarse, courteous, niggardly, modest, extravagant, developing, wonderful, disappearing, economical, real, desultory, disconnected, lacking order, pertinent, random, frequent, debonair, awkward, windy, balmy, sportive, stormy, ecstasy, rapture, beatitude, exaltation, oily, misery, embellish, garnish, disfigure, adorn, disarm, perish, euphoria, strident, lethargy, literary, significant, musical, exhilarate, gladden, invigorate, shabbily, inspiring, depraise, exhume, decipher, dig, integrate, admit, enter, exalt, noble, glorify, extol, depreciate, simplify, extrinsic, reputable, inherent, swift, ambitious, cursory. Now let us see the answers for practice set number 3 on antonyms. Answer for the first one, autonomous. So for autonomous, the antonym will be dependent, because exiguous means very small in size, magnanimous, very generous, ambiguous, not very clear, baffle, baffle. So the synonym is confused, but we have to look for the opposite word. And thwart, what is thwart means to prevent, to obstruct. So here for baffle the antonym will be a make way. Blithe, blithe, cheerful. Now remaining all, they all synonyms. They come closer to the meaning of that. Only one word which is opposite in meaning is joyless. A, joyless. Gain disposition, very happy in nature. Let's take up the fourth word, brazen. And what does brazen means? Very bold. So synonym bold is given there, or without shame. That's a brazen. Insolent. Insolent, that also means very rude, arrogant. So the only antonym will be shy. Churlish. The answer is courteous, because churlish means what? Very rude. And boorish, bad mannered, rough, coarse, rough, niggardly, miserly, modest. So the right answer will be courteous, very mannered, courteous, having courtesy. Extravagant, a spendthrift, extravagant. So the opposite of that will be economical. Desultory. What does desultory means? Desultory means lacking plan or purpose, purposeless. So the word pertinent, which means apt, suitable. So that's a opposite word. Debonair. Not debonair, very stylish, very confident, cultured. So awkward will be opposite word. What does balmy mean? Balmy means pleasant weather, pleasant conditions, and windy, sporty. Okay, let's go to the next word, ecstasy. Great happiness, ecstasy. Rapture also means joy. So remaining all words are positive, but only word misery is negative word. What does oily mean? Oily means very smooth, clean. And exaltation, again, great happiness, extreme happiness there. So the opposite word of ecstasy will be misery. Desultory, pertinent. Debonair, awkward. Ecstasy, misery. Embellish. So embellish means to make more attractive, to decorate. The meaning of adorn also has got the same meaning or garnish. So the opposite word will be disfigure. Embellish, to make more attractive. But the opposite, the antonym, will be disfigure. Euphoria, lot of excitement or enthusiasm. And lacking that enthusiasm or excitement, that's a lethargy. What does strident mean? Strident means very rough. Exhilarate, exhilarate, to make happy. And opposite of that will be depress, because invigorate means to give strength. So all others are very, very positive words. But shabbily is also negative word, not very neatly shabbily. But the opposite word of exhilarate will be depress. Embellish, disfigure. Euphoria, lethargy. And exhilarate, depress. Exhume, to dig out the body, and exhume. So enter, that would be the opposite of the word exhume. Decipher, to find out the meaning of that. Decipher, from the manuscript, decipher meant of that, finding out the mean, understanding it, finding out. Exalt. Exalt means praise, glorify. So that's what ennoble, honor, dignify, extol, praise. So the opposite will be depreciate. Extrinsic, external, extrinsic. And opposite of that will be inherent. What does cursory mean? Not detailed. That's a hasty, cursory. So exhume, enter, exalt, depreciate, and extrinsic, inherent. Now let us go to practice set number 4 on antonyms. And after that we'll see its answers too. Eulogistic, pretty, critical, brief, stern, free. Inevitable, unavoidable, eatable, half-baked, uncertain, mutilated. Facsimile, reproduction, sincere, original, fact-finding, engineered. Fervent, fiery, arbor, poisonous, apathetic, original. Fiasco, gamble, mention, pollution, success, gamble. Fluster, upset, disconcert, arrange, disobey, acclaim. abundant, fertile, infertile, prolific, transparent, harsh, felicitous, effeminate, canine, sensuous, notorious, inappropriate, glossy, slick, ventilating, dull, obscene, dedicated, hybrid, mongrel, purebred, composite, familiar, ignorant, hypothesis, fact, theory, conclusive, suppressed, conjecture, ingenuity, skillfulness, cunning, sentimental, certain, dullness, isolation, seclusion, segregation, association, hardihood, harshness, invincible, invulnerable, visible, wanton, ancient, conquerable, malign, disparage, slander, praise, purify, repress. Let us see the answers for practice set number 4 on antonyms. Eulogistic. So eulogy, you're familiar with that. Praise. Now here that contains praise, that's eulogistic. Poetry. Now critical, that would be the opposite word of that. Inevitable, unavoidable, or certain to happen. So uncertain will be the opposite word of inevitable. Facsimile. What does facsimile mean? Facsimile means copy. So it's not original one. So original will be the opposite word of facsimile. Fervent, very intense feelings. So apathetic will be the right opposite. So apathetic, unconcerned, not showing any feeling, that no concern. Now fiasco, failure. The opposite naturally will be success. And what is cameo means? Cameo refers to art or jewelry. Now fluster. Fluster makes something very confusing. So disarrange that. So arrange will be the opposite of fluster. Abundant. Abundant means plenty, ample, fertile. So the opposite of that will be infertile. Even prolific has got the meaning large, in plenty, prolific. Let's go to the next word, that is felicitous. And what does felicitous mean? It means very apt, very suitable, very appropriate. So the opposite of that will be inappropriate. What does effeminate mean? Womanish. Canine, that's related to dog. Notorious, infamous. Let's go to the ninth word. Glossy, shiny, stylish. That is what is the meaning of the word glossy. And what is not very shiny is dull, opposite of that. So remaining all obscene, related to sex. That's a very immoral. Hybrid. Let's see the options there. Mongrel. That means crossbred. So the opposite will be purebred. Composite, familiar, ignorant. They are not the right answers. So right answer is B, purebred. Hypothesis, opposite of that is fact. So hypothesis, conjecture, that means imagine thing, conjecture, imagine something about that conjecture, your imagination. Now ingenuity, ingenuity means quality of being very clever. So dullness or very skillful, very clever. So opposite of that will be dullness. That's E. Cunning, again clever. So and now certain, sure, sentimental, very emotional. So the right answer will be E, dullness. Isolation. Isolation, remaining isolated. Seclusion, again remaining secluded, away from others. Segregation, separation. So the right answer will be C, association. Invincible, somebody who cannot be defeated, somebody who cannot be conquered. So here the right option will be conquerable. That's E. Because remaining all options you see, invulnerable, you are familiar with the word vulnerable. Very prone, wanton. What does wanton mean? Wanton means very deliberate, very willful, malicious. Now that's a wanton. Now here, the last word, that's a malign. And disparage, slander, they are the synonyms of malign, spoiling somebody's name. Now here, praise will be the right option. C will be the right answer for malign. So the opposite of malign is praise. This we have come to the end of the sessions on antonyms. Study the list of synonyms as well as antonyms to have a powerful vocabulary. Thank you.